Welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast today. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. We are coming to you today, and this is going to be one of the most unique shows you've ever heard here on this podcast because we have three guests. We are going to do a little Green Industry Hype House 2022 debrief. We are sitting here with John Pajak, Naylor Taliaferro, and Caleb Auman sitting here. It is now currently 10:56, 10:57. As I said that, the time changed. It's getting late. Everybody's getting tired. But, hey, this is when the best content comes out. So just wanted to really come on here and, just have some conversation. Nothing really in particular, but discuss what y'all's thoughts on the Hype House were and just kind of let everybody know what y'all thought about it. So somebody take it away.
Well, it's always, anytime I get away, the thing I always think is funny is, with three kids that I have, when I get away or we travel without the kids, time slows down in a weird way. And so the week's been really, drawn out, oddly. So it's allowed me to really, chill, but feel like I've had plenty of time to get all the stuff I want to get, when that's record a ton of podcasts and, went down to Naples, Florida to shoot some content on some giant excavators down there. Saw an alligator. That was dope. That was so cool. That's probably that's probably the most out and open and closest I've been to an alligator. He was just out on a little pond aerator floaty thingy, and that was neat. He's just a little 4-footer, not a real big one. So that was kind of cool to see.
Out in the wild, closest you've seen him out in the wild?
I think so, man. And it was at a gas station off the highway.
That's what it is. It's Florida. There's gators everywhere.
That is the thing, man. You get out of your vehicle. That's what we were driving down. I think it was 75. Is that right? 75?
Yeah, and that's the highway, the main one there.
Yeah, and we were rolling down, and there's retention ponds between two highways, and you'd be driving down and see an alligator out there, and it's like, Florida's just such a wild thing, but you get out of your vehicle to fix a flat tire or something, and there is a freaking alligator. I mean, you have got to think about there's some creature out there
waiting in the bushes.
Yeah, really. There's wild stuff out here, and
dude,
it's crazy country down here.
We took a walk to the beach to take the photo, and there was a rabbit. It scared me to death.
Really?
No,
I saw
it was aggressive,
Aggressive rabbit.
It looked at me kind of sideways, and I said, "Well, I'm not going to eat you." And then I started walking away, and he said, "Yeah, that's right, punk." And he kind of punked me a little, and I'm like, "Man, even the rabbits are kind of aggressive."
Yeah, I saw a beach when we were out. We were just taking some group photos out there on the beach earlier of the last inhabitants of the house here for the weekend. I saw a rat jump across the trail.
Nice.
And
birds carrying some rats off.
Birds carrying some giant creature across the sky. It's wild Florida, man.
That snake that was being taken off. It was the sea snake that a bird dove down and grabbed it. And
really?
I'm like, oh, I wish I had my camera.
Wow.
On
Really?
Yeah, well, I was up on the roof here, and I see this bird go down, and all of a sudden it had it looked like a 6-foot tail.
Wow.
I'm like, dang, what kind of...
AJ
where are we at,
Brentsel,
right?
Yeah.
Who was out on the beach earlier this week? I saw a big black snake out on the beach, AJ Brentsel.
Maybe.
I was thinking, could you hit my ears up a little bit there, Jeremiah? Thank you.
Maybe
Thank
that
you,
was
sir.
the...
That's way better.
Maybe that was the same snake, but it just got taken away
Yeah,
by...
finally.
That is hard to say with any certainty, John. But
listen, man, who knows?
How long did it take you to get to Naples?
that was a 2-hour drive. That was a little bit of a haul.
So I'm over here going to Tampa thinking that's a haul. Everyone's like, oh, that's far.
Yeah,
But you went to Naples, man.
Yeah,
Goodness.
so
We have the longest mile ever.
We ended up down there. What's that?
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, the longest mile. That's a whole other story. Yeah, we went down there through a contact through the Brentsels, AJ Brentsel, actually through Aaron Witt, Build Witt, if anybody knows who Build Witt podcast is. But he had a construction company down there called Quality Enterprises, great, huge company. I mean, probably tens of hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know. They're huge. They build highways, for God's sake, and have their own quarries. But we went down there and got to see a couple 100-ton excavators down there pulling limestone out of the Florida land down there and processing it and crushing it for road base and stuff. And so big thanks to AJ Brentzel at Brex, who was here, Brex Enterprises, who was here at the house earlier this week, facilitating that through Aaron Witt, which was super cool of him, which then the site superintendent, another AJ, took us around in there. So that was like, the power of social media coming full around. And just, if check out BuildWit on Instagram. I mean, he's got like a couple 100,000 followers on there.
It's a big
It's
page.
a big entity. I mean, he's got 40 or actually no, I just saw they got 70 people in their social media business now, just based in the dirt work world or whatever. It's really cool. Was hoping to maybe get to meet with him on Thursday, but that didn't work out. So BuildWit, that would have been super cool. But
I don't
admire
even
what
follow
he's
dirt,
doing.
and I follow him. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't even,
they're
big
killing.
into dirt.
They are killing the media game when it comes to the dirt world. They're posting the coolest stuff on that page. Just neat stuff. I'm envious of what he's doing because he's getting to just travel around and just go tour crazy jobs. They were in Dubai last week looking at like some crazy quarrying thing, and it's just
the machines
nuts.
that he gets on. I'm like,
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, they get to see some cool stuff around the country. So, yeah. Anyways, that was pretty cool earlier in the week for me. And I was really excited for the gearheads out there. 100-ton excavator is a pretty big machine.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, considering I own a 3.5-ton excavator, we went and saw a 100-ton excavator.
Amazing.
So pretty wild.
Could you run one? Are the controls pretty much the same? Like,
yeah, it's all exactly the same. So it wouldn't be. And actually, I have found like the bigger excavator. So we'll rent like a 20-ton excavator for a job or a 13-ton or whatever. And I have found that the bigger excavators have made me better and more confident on my little excavator, which seems counterintuitive. But the little ones feel so tippy and just all over the freaking place all the time. You get in the big one, you realize it has made me better on my little machine. So,
like your little ton, what'd you say, 3-ton,
3.5,
mini X?
yeah.
Will that thing flip pretty easy? Like
I think it's easier to get yourself in trouble with the little ones than it is the great big ones in a lot of cases.
I would think so for sure.
But
like how steep are we talking? I mean,
I couldn't even begin to give you like a degree of slope or anything like that it would be stable. Because, I mean, you can run – if you get to where you're decent on those things, you can run them up and down some pretty steep slopes if you know how to use your boom.
You just got to know how to operate it.
Yeah, if you know how to use your boom and help you walk up and down hills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see cool stuff like that, check out Brex Enterprises, their Instagram channel. Those folks work like all the Pennsylvania mountains, and they're running hills that are so steep, they've got to pull the hose up the hills with dozers just to get them up there. They're so steep. Like those guys do some big boy work. It is, they do some cool stuff. So I'm totally a big Brex fanboy. They do some really big boy. I mean they'll uncover like a 3-mile stretch of pipeline, to do a repair and
cover it all back up.
Move thousands of cubic yards dirt and put it back. Like, yeah, those guys are cool, man. They do some, and they're cool, humble folks. They run a $10 million company, and they're
just one of us.
Yeah, they're great folks. So yeah, we had a lot of great guests this week. Heck,
it has been a really fun time. I mean, I've enjoyed getting to build relationships, especially with y'all in particular. Sitting here, just like tonight, just sitting here, it's like a fireside chat. I mean, sitting here around the coffee table, just talking and discussing real life things and things that we all go through in business, and just everything, stuff that everybody else is going through. Like it's not that we're over here discussing things that normal people don't go through, because everyone in here is just a normal person, and everybody that's creating content is just a normal person out there. So that is one thing that I've learned from this experience is just keep doing it with a good heart, no matter what you're doing. Naylor, what do you have to take away from this hype house?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always grateful to be a part of any of these type of events and get-togethers and the community as a whole. And I think something like the hype house specifically, it's a great way to get a lot of different content creators together from different parts of the business, whether it be hardscaping, fertilization, weed control, lawn maintenance, all the above, just hardcore straight out construction and all the big machines. I mean, there's just such a variety, and we try to get as many different differences like that, different folks, so that we can all collaborate and come up with original content, get on each other's content, and just keep sharing and bringing value to the community and just growing the community. Because if it's just like the same people doing the same stuff, sometimes you're missing out somewhere. And when we can actually cross paths and connect and collaborate, some cool ideas come up, and followers start discovering other folks, and like, oh wow, that's some really good content, or I just learned that, or I learned, like I was telling Caleb earlier this morning when I met up with a couple of folks up in Tampa. One of them, Tyler, TB Lawn Service, that won the Toro mower, one of the mowers last year at the meetup. He was saying that he bought something from the Entrepreneur Academy program last year that helped him build his business for lawn maintenance, because he just started last year. And then he just recently bought something from the Hardscape Academy, because I was saying in the video, thank you to the Hardscape Academy and the Entrepreneur Academy for, putting the house together and taking charge of that. And he was like, yeah, I actually got something, I forgot what program it was on the Hardscape Academy about building retaining walls and patios. I was like, see, there you go. It works. See, we're all sharing content together, and we're getting it out there, because he might not have had that opportunity or those resources if it wasn't for Caleb, one, creating them, and two, whoever shared it for him, for Tyler to even see that was a resource out there available. Yeah. So that's what this is all about to me. I know that's what Paul's vision was, and all of us that are a part of it, that's what it's all about. It's all about just getting together and sharing content and finding the people that need those resources and need that value. So I'm always happy and humble and grateful to be a part of it in any way.
It's awesome. It's just awesome. And Pajak's sitting around. I know Pajak's got something to say. He always gives the most intelligent answers. Have y'all noticed that? Everything when I say something that he says it, I'm like, I wish I could say it like he says it.
That's crazy, because a lot of times I feel like I don't articulate it well enough. We were just talking about, Jordan Peterson. Caleb had the opportunity to go down there, and I'm like, if I was half as articulate as that guy, I would be like way, even a 30th of how articulate that man is. But I thank you very much for that compliment. I still don't feel like that's the appropriate.
So do you have some good stuff for
absolutely.
Takeaway from Hype House? All right, hold on.
Yep.
Let's hear from today's show sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Looking to get new customers, including commercial clients? LawEntrepreneur.academy.com has you covered. Looking to learn the best new strategies for postcard marketing? We've got that covered too. Get instant access to 6 videos showing how to get new residential and commercial customers with yard signs, postcards, social media marketing, Facebook ads, Google My Business listings, and so much more. These 6 videos are designed to help you expand with the best tactics and strategies to secure new customers and grow your business. The How to Get New Customers training program will get your phone to ringing. Hello? Visit LawEntrepreneur.academy.com and pick it up today.
Hey there, fellow lawn and landscape business owner. Do you work hard all year for your freedom but still feel as if your money controls you? Unfortunately, because you can't give bookkeeping your full energy or focus, it just sits there most nights untouched, continually haunting you. Because your business demands your time elsewhere, you need a personalized bookkeeping solution dedicated to your industry. Gulf Coast Bookkeeping, now known as the Landscaping Bookkeeper, is dedicated to giving your time and peace of mind back through our monthly bookkeeping service. You can begin this partnership with us today by going to www.gulfcoastbk.com and scheduling a 15-minute call. We want you to become a confident and informed business owner. We'll take care of your green so you can take care of theirs. Schedule a 15-minute call today at www.gulfcoastbk.com. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Welcome back into the show today. We are debriefing the Green Industry Hype House 2022, brought to you by Entrepreneur Academy, Hardscape Academy. Super great resources. We're going to get to those here at the end of the show. We're going to talk some more about those. But it's Pajak's up here. He's got the hot mic. He's going to give us a little bit about what his experience is and what his takeaways are.
Anytime we can all get together like this, I mean, it's not just friends and collaborators at this point. It's really developed into a family. So I'm always grateful to see everybody. And even though we've known each other for years and years, we still come up with something new. There's always something, either a little nugget, a little gold nugget that somebody might say, and it's like, oh, how long have you been doing that? Oh man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So you find these little gems that we all take for granted, like when we're talking about something. Naylor or Caleb, they might say something and they're like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. It's as just as usual. And I'm like, wait, you never said that to me before, dude. That's a diamond in the rough. It's not even a diamond in the rough. That looks like one of the Tiffany carrots that you got sitting there. It's like, why aren't you talking about that a little bit more? And especially meeting you in Savannah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been awesome.
It's been wonderful. I wasn't familiar with you at the time.
We had never met in person before.
And never met you in person. And it's just like, I really appreciate meeting you and getting to know both of you.
Well, it's just kind of connected. I mean, connected. I mean, normal people just hanging out.
Of course,
Creating
and that's
content.
how you approach everybody. I've had people ask me before, like, how did you get into that group and all this stuff? It's like, well, we just talk like normal human beings. It's not like you sign a membership or something, or like you have to just
because everyone's just hanging out. Like it's there's no exclusivity. Is that a word?
Exclusivity, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just here hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah,
so.
it's all inclusive. We are all inclusive.
Right.
The community is always growing, and anyone that wants to be a part of it, wants to provide value, share content. I mean, you don't even have to share content to provide value. You know, I mean, just there's so many ways to bring value, and friendships is another thing that I didn't even say, but just being able to hang out with like-minded folks such as yourself. Even without producing content, in between all the content, it's just a great time, and we have a lot of side conversations and all that. We can't always be recording everything 24/7. We don't have like a professional crew following us all the time. Like
we don't have Aaron Witt's media companies following us.
Or like this isn't Big Brother where we're cameras and video everywhere and testimonial rooms and all that stuff. But so we did try that at the original Hype House.
That video got lost. We don't know what happened to it. Actually,
here's what's going to happen the next time. It doesn't have to be Hype House. It'll be something. The other event, but when we all get together again, I'm going to get the people from the office, like the documentary people.
There you go.
And they're just going to be like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
there's a reality show.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of good conversations behind the scenes and what we actually are able to record when we remember and think of recording stuff. But I mean, we'll just be at dinner or lunch or any meal, and we'll be talking.
Well, that's what was happening tonight. We're sitting there having a conversation. I'm like, dude, let's throw mics on and let's get with it. Like, let's bring some content out to people.
And the funniest thing is the things that we think are normal and like whatever our conversations, like Jeremiah said, it's sometimes we're not thinking about it, but that is.
I would love to hear that stuff.
That's valuable content to somebody.
I would love to listen to it myself. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you should listen to this. This is good stuff. I'm saying I need to listen to this stuff. I want to hear it again over and over again.
Yeah.
I want to feed all this stuff into my brain again.
Something I want to say to folks out there that I was in that boat at one point too. Don't just rely on social media and like be a listener and a viewer. Like try to connect with your local, guys and girls out there and try and actually network live and in person there and not just listen and watch and just that's your only connection. Try to find those actual local connections. I know a lot of folks in a lot of areas do that already, but if you're not a part of that, or maybe you just don't even know that it exists and it does, try and search that out, find that out. There's so many ways on social media. You just put in the hashtags of your town, put in lawn care, all kinds of stuff on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, and just try and find that stuff. Or even when you're just seeing guys at the gas station, you'll know the people that the ones that look at you and wave or wave back or initiate, those are the ones that you want to talk to. Whether they're on social media or not, it's usually the same type of mindset. And those are the ones, people come to me all the time, and it's not because they like, oh, I saw you on social media. It's just like, hey, that's a sweet setup. And they just kind of talk to me about it. And I talk to them back, and they give me a card, and I give them a card. And
engage in your local community.
Yeah,
right. That's what it comes down to.
Right, and build this kind of a network for yourself, too. Like, I'm just saying all that just because a lot of times people would just consume our content and not realize that you can actually create this in your own town, your own community as well. Form your own local community. Like the Maryland boys, they have a pretty big community up there where they all connect through social media, but they physically get together and they help each other out and they pick up jobs and refer things. And there's just so many options out there. It's beyond just listening to us talk about stuff and provide value or watching, content. It's also, hey, how can you put that into action at your hometown?
Absolutely. Well, let's do a speed run real quick.
Cool.
Let's go 60 seconds person here. What are y'all going to take away from Hype House, or what are you going to implement in your business in 2022 that you're just like really going to crush? Have you decided there's one thing that you've learned that you need to like really go after this year, whether it be in business and social media and family life, personal life? What do you think you can take away from this just networking event, hanging out, and just really excel into 2022?
Well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll say I think that being here kind of reestablished things that I got lost like over the crazy year of 2021. I got lost in the hustle and bustle of that with running my business and trying to keep it on the tracks, and also trying to still provide content in different ways, and I just got caught up in all of that, and sometimes you don't even really realize what you might be missing or what's being appreciated. And when you come to live events such as this one and some of the previous ones, like GIE's GIE, now Quip Expo, like that's one thing, but that's a massive example. But when you come to more streamlined networking events such as the Hype House, you get to connect with people that you realize, whether it's from a live stream, comments from a live stream, or people live and in person, you realize that what you're doing is making a difference. Like this morning when I went and met, made some videos with two guys, and they said how amazing the stuff that we all do, it provides so much value, and they're just thanking me for all of the stuff that we do, and it's so awesome that we do all this for them and the community. And sometimes you need to hear that kind of stuff when you've had a really rough year and you're just putting content out, you're hustling, you're rushing, you're trying to make those deadlines, and you're still running a business, you've got a family potentially, and sometimes you just kind of forget like that, wow, I really am, impacting someone somewhere, somehow, and this kind of really helped spark that back up. Like, wow, yeah, gosh, that's that's when I know why I'm doing this. Keep going. It kind of gets me all fired back up to keep pushing forward and coming up with new ideas and continuing with what I was trying to do.
Yeah, that's big. Caleb, Pajak?
Two things for me, and they kind of hit early in the week for some reason. But one of them was I need to be more strict and stringent with sticking with some minimum pricing things that I've got going on with the company. It's just based off of talking to some other guys that were here and gals, and so sticking with that has been like kind of a new charge on that end of things. And then talking to Mulder and Brex, those guys are doing some real big projects right now, and it's kind of inspiring to keep on that drive for us of wanting to get away from smaller projects and still be doing larger jobs and reducing the actual number of contacts I have with clients. So trying to hold the course and keep pushing towards larger projects that are at a minimum a day, but really we're looking for like 3 to 5 day projects or a month-long projects kind of thing. So that kind of, along with that minimum pricing things, would help keep us tracking that direction so I can keep my time focused on, performing those larger projects. And then also that will also free up more time for me to produce and keep producing more content, more podcasts, that kind of stuff. So I'm not chasing 10 clients to one large project. So it helps us stay focused on what we're trying to do, which is run anytime this is where, and Alicia and AJ give me crap about this, of like my imposter syndrome kicks in, but run my big little construction company, because I feel ridiculous saying that around them when they run a $10 million company, and here I am, 1/10 of that. And but it helps us stay the course of being able for myself to create content and not be chasing down twice or 10 times as many clients as I really want to, so I can still focus on running a good construction business and landscaping business, and produce all the content that we have to stay on track with the content we normally produce. So anyways, that was kind of like my big takeaway early in the week. So I've been thinking about that hard pretty much all week now. So that's probably my
awesome.
big thing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. John?
For me, this sounds weird for me to say this out loud, but for me, it's I got to stop being, as Brian Fullerton calls me, the best kept secret in the industry. I'm hot-wired, ready to go. I have all these wonderful programs and things to help others, but it's a little bit hard to find me at times because I'm not consistent with my social media posts and things like that, and letting people know that I'm there.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I don't do that, I'm not being humble, but at the same time, it's a waste if I'm not putting myself out there for people to find me so that I can help them.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. It's not really anything about my with my fertilization and weed control company. That part, I feel pretty confident in everything. Know that inside and out. I'll always keep learning things, but to keep up to date within the industry. But when it comes to coaching and just helping others, my programs are they're always really good. I get good reviews from them, but I'm always that guy that's like, it's got to be better.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit better. Maybe it's not good enough I'm not happy with this. I got to go back and talk to them and say, listen, man, I got this update. I'm not going to charge you for it, but here's the new content that comes out, and also to be able to take a compliment better, because even when you complimented me just right at the top when you started to talk to me, I automatically went into like, oh no, I'm not that good. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I got to
know your worth.
Know my worth. I'm always a bit hesitant about that because I am a boisterous guy, but at the same time, I don't want to make
You're very humble. Very humble. One of the most humble people I've met.
I try. I might seem humble sometimes, but I still think I'm not being humble because if I go off on a rant or something, and it's like no, there's always a lot of. I think, in my opinion, there's too many me's and I's, and I did this and I did that. So anyway, that's
good stuff.
That's what I'm taking out of it.
That is really good stuff. Where can we find y'all at? We're going to wrap this thing up here. It's getting late. We're almost at 30 minutes. I got one more segment I want to do, so y'all don't go away. But where can we find you at, Naylor, on social media?
If you just Google LCR Lawn Care Rookie, you'll find all kinds of stuff. But tune into the LCR Media podcast. That's kind of like my newest endeavor of creating content and sharing with you guys. I have YouTube, obviously, Lawn Care Rookie, and Instagram, Facebook. So all that, Lawn Care Rookie or LCR. So
awesome. John?
Instagram's john.pajak, and then Facebook and the website are John Pajak Financial Coaching.
Awesome. I've really enjoyed this episode. Y'all stay tuned. We have a special segment coming up right here at the end, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. As I said, we're going to end with two very special guests that I have on today. We have Caleb Auman continuing the podcast, and we have Brian Fullerton joining us here to finish out the podcast. Guys, I just want to say, first off, a heartfelt big thank you to you and your wives. And what line are you on here? You don't even know, do you?
Yeah, I can't hear me.
Let me adjust
Here
you.
there I am. I'm back.
There?
I'm back.
Ears?
There we go.
All right, this is real life podcast, guys. Late at night here. So I got y'all on here, and I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you, or each of you two and your wives, for everything y'all have done to put this on. I want to honestly, just a heartfelt, personal thank you. I know there's so many guys out there listening to this that are reaping the benefits from all the content that's been put out. And it couldn't have been done without Launchpreneur Academy and Hardscape Academy. So I know that name's been talked about a lot, but I want each of you to kind of go through and just maybe, a minute, 2 minutes, and talk a little bit about why you've done this. Why have you put on this hype house, this experience for a lot of people to come collaborate and create this content. And y'all been the backbone for this thing. So just kind of lay your heart out here and just let everybody know what the whole gist and reasoning. What was your why? That's my question. What is your why? What was y'all's why for this?
You want to go?
Yeah, so I think the first year we did it the goal was no different than this year, and that's to get good people together that we know, like, and trust, right? And people that we know are going to come together, create good information, good times, and stuff that's entertaining to watch, that's of value for folks to watch and be part of, and entertaining too, right? A lot of fun conversations and things around here, and so to get to do it a second year, and this year the Hardscape Academy to be part of it, as well as Launchpreneur, is really a privilege to get to do that, I believe, and not anything shy of you're just something we're super proud to be part of, I guess, and get to be part of creating something for the community, right?
Yeah.
And so we're just super happy of that. A huge thanks to I have done nothing. I may be a figurehead of the Hardscape Academy, but otherwise for the actual event, I've done zilch to get this thing off the ground. Brittany, Brian, and Liz, they made this thing happen. I can't claim any credit there whatsoever. So all the props and credit to them for putting it together and making it happen. Deal with all the reservations and just all that junk that it takes to get people in and out, and all the people in and out and stuff. So huge thanks to them and for making it happen. So that's my 2 cents there on that. But yeah, just to get everybody together in the community that we did is just the coolest thing that people can take. Have the foresight to take the time and be part of it.
Yeah.
So we're just grateful to them too, all our guests.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just short and sweet. I'll just echo same thing Caleb said. It's really, really cool seeing this community, form and people that are helping each other. You hear it so much now, arguably, that you kind of get numb to it. You just take it for granted that there's people making podcasts almost nowadays. People are making YouTube videos nowadays. It's a lot, man. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. And frankly, everybody who's doing it, they don't need to be doing it. And then there's the critic, well, they're making money off of it. Well, maybe not. You never know. And so my point is, it's really cool to see this community come together, and I'm vested in the community.
Yeah,
I really am. A lot of people pointed to me. I wanted to pour into the community. We had the opportunity to have this house sponsored. It was sponsored last year by Auman, which we were grateful for. And this year we had a sponsor lined up, to be totally honest with you. And it just didn't work out. We had actually another sponsor come on deck because they found great value in this.
Yeah.
It took, honestly, less than 24 hours to find another sponsor. And it's a huge check. Okay, you know what I mean? You can imagine a house this size and all the food and all this mess. And it was a hefty check. So imagine the value that those companies saw in it. And so long story short, the second sponsor, it actually just didn't work out. Nothing negative or bad or, nothing,
Right.
no drama, nothing like that. It just wasn't conducive for what we wanted to do for all the maybe requirements to attach to the check. So, what we said, hey, hang tight. We're going to think about this. We had a little group call with some of the people put on the house, the Aumans especially, and Liz and I. And we just said, we believe in this thing. Right? We believe in enough to ask for money. We also believe in enough that if that doesn't work out and it wasn't conducive, then we're going to self-fund it. It took us, I think, literally 30-minute conference call to say, hey, Liz and I were like, hey, we'll sponsor this thing. We'll write a check for, what I used to, make, my first year in business, And I said, and then I think literally in 10 seconds, Caleb and Brittany, I remember, I think they were in their office, and I heard Caleb yell over, hey, well, we're getting in on that too. We'll cut it 50-50, man. I don't want you having all the fun.
Yeah.
And I said, sounds good, brother. So, one thing I say a lot is that, we believe in this community. We're vested in it, and a lot of people will say, well, put your money where your mouth is. We do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We do. We really do. So out of the abundance of you guys buying contracts or training programs or whatever, that literally help you guys win and grow and succeed, there's money to be generated and profit off of some of our websites. And so out of that abundance, I'm not leasing an Audi R8 and zipping on up and down Michigan and say, I'm a successful YouTuber.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. We're thinking so much more long term that where do we want to see this 2, 4, 5, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
And for right now, that means reinvesting back into the business. And that means our physical lawn landscape company and also our quote unquote, I guess, these pseudo media companies that we're trying to build, which, put your guys' self in our shoes. You're blessed to be a blessing.
Yeah.
And so for me, I've talked about 100 times. It's just this spiral of reciprocity. Right? Like you guys win, the website then, generates income. With that income, we create content. With the content, it helps people. You guys make money. And it's just this capitalistic positive upswing. Yeah, it's the most genuine thing that I could find. And so anyway, long story short, if the first sponsor, was in on it and they were excited about it and then it didn't work out, and the second sponsor was in on it just kind of didn't work out, and then Caleb and I and Brittany and Liz, it took us 10 seconds to say, hey, we believe in this thing.
Yeah.
We believe in this thing, so we're going to sponsor it. And so I guess I just say we're vested into you guys. You guys are vested into us. We don't take it for granted. We're thinking long term. And it's just really cool. I keep saying this, go out and make us proud. Take this content and run, grow, change, build, hire, expand, grow the top line, grow the bottom line, whatever that means in any way, shape, or form for everybody listening in. But don't take it for granted. How many other hype houses are going on in other industries? I don't know of the fishing hype house. I don't know of the hunting hype house. And, the Hype House is just like a cheesy, fun name. It's kind of dorky, right? But we got to name it something.
Yeah, it's got to have something.
I honestly wanted to call it the Collaboration Station, but
no,
I got vetoed.
That got voted down.
I got vetoed. That got voted out.
I wonder why.
So, but you guys know what I'm saying. We got to call it something, right? So we're not trying to be fancier than we are or anything like that, or self-righteous or anything more than we are, right? We're just regular dudes excited about helping people out, and we're caught up in the excitement of paying it forward.
Yeah.
So I guess just long story short, thank you to you guys that give us the opportunity to serve you.
Yeah.
Right, because that's really where it comes full circle.
That's big.
Without a doubt.
That's big stuff.
That's all I got, brother.
Awesome. Well, man, y'all heard it right there from the two that have really helped put this on. They're better halves. Liz and Brittany have done a lot of the back end stuff that
Thank
nobody
God
even
for the
gets
ladies.
thanked for.
Yeah.
The stuff that nobody even realizes goes on.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that this stuff literally, this house wouldn't be available if it wasn't for them. So a huge thank you to them as well.
Well, and you treated this crumb like a feast, and other people treat a feast like a crumb.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming down and pursuing people to be on the podcast and to create content. I mean, that's the idea. That was the there's no strings attached, right? But
Yeah, that's
create
true.
content. Like, that's the idea. Help somebody. Help people, and you've had your mixer out all freaking week, making videos, making podcasts, making stories, and you're paying it forward. So,
And being on podcasts and all that.
Yeah. So thank you for your contribution to fulfilling the I guess the request to help us pay it forward, man. You're part of the team now. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. It's been an honor to come down and just hang out, and I just want to give back. It's what I've said from day one on the podcast. Give back one little piece that I've learned.
Amen.
And I've learned. I mean, the amount of value that I've learned off social media is just it's uncountable. You can't even keep up with it. Yeah. And so I want to give back one little piece.
Yeah.
If I give one little piece, then it means something to me. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Man, this is crazy. Last podcast for Hype House 2022, at least for me.
Signing off, brother.
I think that's it.
It's
you got a
gonna
flight
be-
to catch in the morning.
Yeah,
so we won't
flight to
keep
catch
you.
in the morning. Get up and get out here early. So, Auman Landscape everywhere. Brian's on maintenance everywhere. No need to plug all that. Thank you again to the Hardscape Academy, Entrepreneur Academy, for helping us put this on and just create amazing content for all of you out there listening. Thank you for listening. And we're not even going to go through anything else. We're just going to wrap it up with that. Really heartfelt episode. Thank you all for coming on and joining us here at the end. We'll catch up with y'all here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.